This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Welcome back to Roy Crescent Field here in Fulton as we start Game 2 between the Indians and the Wildcats. Jeremy Kennedy with you as Pearl River, fresh off an 11-5 win, tries to get the doubleheader sweep. Indians hoping for a split. Give you a look at the lineup and the defensive alignment for ICC and Pearl River in just a second as that pitch is grounded sharply to third. Albritton will glove it, throw across the infield in time for out number one. That was Nick Skaggs, the left fielder, who will lead things off.
Next is number 34, Graham Crawford.
Now Graham Crawford will bat second. Batting third, playing center field is number 13, Tate Parker. Batting cleanup, the DH, Casey Donaldson. Batting fifth, the first baseman, D.K. Donaldson. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Eric Newsom. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Dalton Cummings. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Austin Izio. Batting ninth, the shortstop, John Griffin Bell. For the Indians, it's Hayden Harris in left, Lane Domino in center, and Terrace Meeks in right. As there's a swing and a miss, even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bailey Albritton at third, Drew Capobianco at short, Dylan Carter at second, Tyler Murphy at first. And there's a beautiful slider in there for a called strike, 1 and 2. Behind the plate in Game 2 is Riley Davis. The DH for the Indians is Connor Gardner. The pitcher on the mound for the Indians here in Game 2, Colton Osborne. If you look at his numbers after this pitch right here, trying to retire Graham Crawford, came in hitting .349. And strike 3 call, got him looking on a fastball right down the middle. So Osborne with his first strikeout of the day, 2 down. And the numbers on Osborne, making his 10th appearance, his third start. He's 2-1 on the year. He has a save. He has a 4.74 ERA. He's pitched 38 innings, given up 46 hits, 23 runs, 20 earned, 6 walks, 35 strikeouts, averaging 8.29 strikeouts per 9. And he's given up 3 home runs. And so his now exactly 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, that was his 36th strikeout, is the best strikeout to walk ratio on the team. Breaking ball, chopped left side. Capobianco bobbles it, long throw over, and not in time. That'll be an E6 on the Indian shortstop and extend this inning for a very dangerous Pearl River lineup. And the guy who had just a dream Game 1, Casey Donaldson, had 3 hits in the game. He had a 2 RBI double, a 3-run homer, and a 2-run homer. 7 RBIs in Game 1. Now up to 34 on the season. Second on the team behind Tate Parker, who hit that ground out. Or hit that ground ball that should have been a ground out. He's at first base right now. He had a couple RBIs to go up to 43 on the year, as that first pitch is fouled back. No balls and 1 strike. Lineup for both teams pretty similar. Pearl River keeps mostly the same guys in there. D.K. Donaldson, who's on deck, will see his first action of the day. Replaces Von Siebert, who got the start at first base in Game 1. As that pitch misses downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. but they kind of changed up the order a little bit. Austin Izio goes from 6 to 8. Newsome goes up in the order from 7 to 6. Dalton Cummins goes up from 8 to 7. So they just kind of flipped those guys a little bit. There's a ground ball right side, through for a base hit. And Parker's going to hit the bag at second, go to third, as Meeks will fumble it, but finally gets it in. And it's runners at the corners with 2 down. So first hit of the day off of Osborne. And so error extends the inning, and now Pearl River with a chance to take an early lead. It'll be D.K. Donaldson hitting .412 on the year, a home run, 8 runs batted in. He has a .500 on-base percentage, a .588 slugging. Big freshman right-handed hitting first baseman here in game number 2. Already kind of a big moment here, some stressful pitches for Osborne. And he gets a swing and a miss there for strike 1. Pearl River 25-6 on the year, 15-4 in league play. Indians 18-9 overall, 14-5 in league play. Gorgeous afternoon turning into gorgeous early evening here in Fulton. Wind has died down considerably, essentially nothing after a pretty windy game 1. This one grounded right back to Capobianco. He'll glove it, go the short route to second, and that will retire the side. So Osborne pitches around an error and a 2-out single and puts up a 0 in the top of the first. Indians coming to bat on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tab's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Bottom of the first, no score between the Indians and the Wildcats. Colton Osborne worked around a 2-out error and a walk and left runners stranded. So now the Indians will try to take an early lead, and they'll do so with Lane Domino leading things off. It'll be Riley Davis, the catcher, batting second, and Hayden Harris, the left fielder, batting third. For Pearl River defensively, Nick Skaggs in left, Tate Parker in center, Eric Newsome in right. Around the horn defensively on the infield, Austin Izio at third base, John Griffin Bell at shortstop, Dalton Cummings at second, D.K. Donaldson at first, Graham Crawford behind the plate, and on the mound for the Wildcats in Game 2, number 17, Landon Harper, making his 10th appearance, his second start. He's 2-1 on the year. He has 1 save. He's pitched 19 in the third innings, given up 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 11 walks, 32 strikeouts. He's given up 1 home run and has a 2.33 ERA. He will face the Indians center fielder looking to bounce back from a tough Game 1. Did have an RBI double, but a couple of strikeouts late. Really tough for Lane Domino. Takes the first pitch to the backstop for ball 1. Domino came into Game 1 hitting .398. And sends a high fly ball down the right field line. And the play will not be made as Newsome I think he just wasn't sure where the fence was down there. So Domino will get another crack at it. And if you're Newsome, you're just glad that that's a foul ball. High fly ball. I wasn't sure myself that it was going to stay in the park. So just a long strike. One ball, one strike. Inside, the pitch nearly hit him. 2-1. We saw a lot of pitchers in game one do a good job showing some off-speed command, a lot of sliders, particularly in fastball counts. It kept hitters off balance at times. Fastball is fouled back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I want to remind you, our pregame show brought to you by Davis Ford. Visit 904 West Main Street in Fulton to experience the Davis Ford difference. Check out davisfordsales.com to see their new and used inventory. Breaking ball stays high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As always, the First American National Bank open pitch. Remember to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo to find the First American National Bank location closest to you. Proudly celebrating 55 years of being a customer-driven and community-focused bank. Good battle here at the plate for Lane Domino as he has fouled a couple of pitches off. Count remains full. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Ground ball left side. Bell up with it, throws across in time for out number 1 as Domino made it a little closer perhaps than thought, but Bell with a nice throw. So Domino is retired 6-3 to lead things off, and that will bring up the catcher, number 3, Riley Davis. First inning brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Be sure to follow the ICC Baptist Student Union on Twitter at ICCBSU. Why not go ahead and hit them up and thank them for helping make today's baseball game broadcast possible. No balls and a strike to Davis. Said tough game one like Domino. Hitless, did get on base once. Breaking ball, and that one fouled at the plate, and quickly Davis is behind 0-2. This one chopped foul. Davis hanging in 0-2. Izzy over there at third base after the Indians' right-handed hitters hit a lot of ground balls and got a couple of doubles that way, really moving over and almost hugging that third baseline. And Bell, the shortstop, pulled more towards the 6th hole as well, so a lot of room back up the middle. And that one fouled right back to the screen. As Davis continues to battle up there, count remains 0-2. A lot of life on that fastball by Landon Harper. Go to, and breaking ball misses down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, the Indians just trying to grind some at-bats here early in this one. Look at the numbers for Harper. Only 19 in the 3rd innings. Good take there by Davis. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And only making his 2nd start. So you're talking about a bullpen guy that in his 9 appearances, 19 in the 3rd. So you're talking about a guy that basically goes about 2 innings every single time. So you get that pitch count up, try to get to that Pearl River bullpen. That's a way to do it right there, as Davis really battling here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And already we've seen Lane Domino do this. Now Riley Davis do this. And so that's got to be the goal for the Indians offensively. Just try to do what you can to get into that Pearl River bullpen. The 2-2 downstairs, 3-2. So full count pitch to the Indians' 2-hole hitter, and there's ball 4. What a great at bat by Riley Davis. Coached to the full pitch walk after falling behind 0-2, and he's the first base runner for the Indians. So 1-out walk, and now the left fielder Hayden Harris will step in. Came in hitting .333, couple of hits in game 1. Looking to get the Indians on the board first, as they try and grab an early lead. That pitch misses outside. So ball 1, and Harper already with some stressful pitches here in the bottom of the first. Davis, second on the team with 3 stolen bases. 3 for 4 on the season. Fastball misses outside for ball 2. You saw the home plate umpire motion. That one was away. At the risk of the jinx right here, I'm going to say this strike zone is going to be a tad more consistent.
It appears that it might be, and the fact that he's indicating where it's missing right off the bat helps with that, prevent those arguments as well.
I think so. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball on the outside corner, 2-1. That was a good pitch, and it would have been a strike if Harris had laid off. Velocity certainly there from Harper on his fastball. 2 balls and a strike. And fastball misses outside, 3-1. So some control issues early for Harper. Second straight 3-ball count. And now Coach Carter going through some motions. If you're going to hit and run, this would be a good time to do so. Harris, number 3 hitter, and one of your best base stealers at first base. Runner not going, and Harris skies this one right side in foul territory. Will it stay in? It will not. Lands in that Pearl River bullpen. And again, Newsom down there in right field with a tough assignment trying to track down a foul ball.
Now, Jeremy, not only is it tough to track a foul ball anyway, but that right field is tough in game 2 normally, as you can tell with the shadows here.
Yeah.
You're looking directly back into the sun.
Yeah, it's probably your least favorite place on the field right now is right field, no question. And especially, sometimes you're not sure what how much room you have down the foul line either in a ballpark that you don't play in all the time. There goes the runner. Pitches outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Harper, and the Indians have runners at first and second, only 1 down. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 5, Kylan Carter. A couple of hits in game 1, a double and a single. And an RBI chance early for the Indians as they try to grab the lead. Carter coming into the day hitting .368, 19 RBIs. Places him 4th on the team in that category. Breaking ball. Boy, good one in there for a called strike. And that's the difference. Some of these pitchers we see now versus years ago, they can kind of flip a little breaking ball in there when they're struggling with fastball command and get ahead of hitters 0-1. Pearl River not holding on the runner at first base. There's another one beautifully dropped in for strike 2, and Carter quickly behind 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter for ICC. Breaking ball, and that time downstairs. Good take by Carter. Good pitch by Harper. Big gap in right center. Outfield pretty deep in the corners and really deep out there in center is Tate Parker. Ball and 2 strikes. And that one fouled back. We'll do it again. Coach Rick Collier, 1 win away from his 600th win as head coach of the ICC Indians. Now 599, 276, and 1. He'll certainly get it, wants to get it today. 1 and 2. That one downstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, the at-bats for the Indians have been very good. Just kind of grinded them out, really forced Harper to work out there on the mound. They haven't given him anything. Pitch count starting to get up a little bit here in the bottom of the first. Breaking ball. That one smashed back up the middle and through for a base hit. Davis is going to hit the bag at third. He's going to come around to score. RBI single for Kylan Carter, and the Indians lead 1-0. RBI 20 on the year for the cleanup hitter, and ICC doing exactly what they wanted. Put up a 0 in the top of the first, come out in the bottom of the inning and jump on top early. And now we'll see Tyler Murphy, the first baseman, as the Indians go station to station, first and second, 1 down. And Carter continues his good day of baseball now. 3 hits for Kylan Carter in a game and an at-bat. And that will bring up Murphy. Looks at a first pitch fastball for a strike on the outside corner. Murphy with a couple of hits in game 1, hitting .300 coming in. Saw his average go up a bit. Looking for an RBI here. He's got 21 on the season. And there's another fastball right there. Strike 2. Boy, Harper just pounding the zone with his fastball. We've seen, whether it was Dalton Lee or some other pitcher, they really like to use that fastball in the outside corner, force guys to go the other way. The 0-2 pitch, and that one off the plate, 1-2.
That's 2 back-to-back batters he started with an 0-2 count on, and already thrown the ball here, so the Indians hopefully he can lose it here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you get hit 0-2, and as a pitcher, you try to get a little too cute, and before you know it, batter's back in the at-bat. 0-2. There's a ground ball right side. Could be 2 to second for 1 to first in time. Double play nicely turned by the Wildcats and exactly what they needed. But the Indians got on the board. RBI single from Kylan Carter. And it's 1-0 Indians after 1. This is ICC Baseball on the ICC Sports Network.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Welcome back as we start the second inning. Second inning brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. John Herod and all the great folks at the Bank of Okolona are proud to help bring ICC baseball and softball your way. Visit bankofokolona.com for more information or stop by and see them at 227 West Main Street in Okolona. Don't forget about their branches, the Houston Banking Center, the Bank of Manatee, and the Calhoun Banking Center. So it'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Wildcats here in the second as the Indians got a run in the bottom of the inning. And Colton Osborne worked around a 2-out error and a 2-out base hit in that first inning. Will now face Newsom, who had a solo home run at the top of the second inning of game number 1. Put Pearl River up 3-0 at that time. And he looks at a fastball downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Breaking pitch, and that one fouled back to the screen. Really good slider there by Osborne. Newsom didn't miss it by much, though. Came in hitting .317. Now has 6 home runs on the year after that straightaway center bomb in game 1. There were some wind-aided balls in game 1. That was a little wind-aided, but not as much as some others. He hit it to dead center, about halfway up the flagpole out there. As he fouls that one back, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a perfect setting for baseball this afternoon and now evening. Osborne back in the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just missed with the fastball in the outside corner, and the home plate umpire indicating that one a little off the plate. Good pitch, just didn't get Newsom to chase, and now the count runs full. Fouled off, we'll do it again.
Tell you, one thing I like about this home plate umpire is he is quick to make his call and to show where it was. Therefore, he's got confidence in what he's calling, and both coaches have to appreciate that.
Yeah, you want 2 things, consistency and conviction. And that's what you want. The strike zone, even if it's bad, if it's bad for everybody, then that's at least fine. Breaking ball, grounded right back to Osborne. He will snag it and underhand to first for out number 1. So a good job by Osborne after falling behind 2-0 in the count to fight back and get the first out of the inning. And now that will bring up Dalton Cummins, the second baseman. 300 hitter for the Wildcats this year. Struggled a bit in game 1. But started a couple of double plays and then started one there in the bottom of the first inning to get out of the inning for the Wildcats. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Well, he took a massive cut at that. Tried to make it 1-1 and came up empty. Outside, 2-1. And that one bounces in the dirt. Now 3 balls in 1 strike. Well, you saw the first game. Turner Swistak got the start, and there's a high fly ball that's pounded, but about 75 feet foul down the left field line. First game, it was Turner Swistak who started for Pearl River. He had 6 appearances, 23 innings, so not quite 4 innings. And there's a beautiful pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. Boy, really good job by Osborne.
Batting next is number 5.
And that will bring up Austin Izio, the third baseman. 2 down here in the second. And then with Harper, 9 appearances, 19 in the third. So Pearl River throwing some guys that maybe more so bullpen guys than starting pitchers. Coach Collier going with 2 true starters. There's a high fly ball to center. Domino's got it measured, under it, and makes the catch for out number 3 is Colton Osborne with a 1-2-3 inning in the second. We go to the bottom half. Indians on top 1-0 on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tribe!
Of the second, 1-0 your score. Indians on top. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Indians. Connor Gardner, Terrace Meeks, and Bailey Albritton. Gardner had the big blow in the first game early. Had a 3-run home run at the bottom of the second to tie things up. Indians would add another run to that inning to take a 4-3 lead at that time. And it takes the first pitch, and a little confused on that one. Went around, though. It'll be no balls and a strike. Fastball had some real late life up and in, and Gardner just couldn't hold up. Pitch right back down the middle. This time, Gardner slaps it left side for a base hit. First hit for Gardner. Leadoff runner on board here in the second.
Batting next is number 2, Terrace Meeks.
We'll bring up Terrace Meeks, the right fielder. It's a second hit for the Indians. First was an RBI single off the bat of Kylan Carter. So the Indians with something here in the bottom of the second. Meeks with a good game in game one, couple of hits. And fouls that one right back to the screen. Boy, we saw a lot of breaking balls and kind of pitching backwards in game one. Harper, he's decided he's going to make his stand on that fastball. Likes to use it away from the right-handed hitters. He's got some real velocity on it, and he can do a good job spotting it. But if he misses, Indians have a chance to do some damage. That time he left a breaking ball in the heart of the plate. And Meeks deposits that one into left field for a base hit. So back-to-back singles for the Indians. First and second, nobody out. As we move down to the bottom of the order now, it's the 8-hitter Bailey Albritton. And we'll see what Coach Collier wants to do. Pearl River may think we're going to see a bunt as Austin Izio immediately moved into the edge of the grass, and so did D.K. Donaldson, the first baseman, right now not holding on Meeks. Albritton doesn't square. Fastball right down the middle for a strike 0-1. Well, tough to ask your hitter to bunt here on 0-1. Foul ball puts him immediately in an 0-2 count. And he is going to square around, and that pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, with game 2 being a shortened game, 7 innings, makes a little more sense in this one. Obviously, each team with 6 fewer outs. Indians already at 1-0. You know, this lineup for Pearl River, they're so tough 1 through 9. Try to put up as many runs when you get a chance as you can. The 1-1 outside, just missed again. 2-1. Well, good job by Albritton to take. Those pitches don't miss by much, but they missed. And now Michael Avalon, the head coach for the Wildcats, is going to come out and have a conversation with his starter. Nobody throwing down that Pearl River bullpen at the moment. So I don't think this is certainly going to be anything more than just trying to settle him down, because I think Coach Avalon can sense right now that Harper's not really locating his fastball consistently. But the bottom of the order for ICC has had a good afternoon. They were productive in game one. And they've got something started here for the Indians here in game number 2 in the bottom of the second.
And this one's starting to feel a little bit like the bottom of the second was in game 1, where, of course, this game we got a run in the first inning, but the bottom of the order came out, rattled off, I believe, 4 or 5 hits in a row to get everything going.
Yeah, they did. Obviously, Colleen Carter, the cleanup hitter, got it started. But, yeah, you had Capobianco with a hit. You had Gardner, of course, the 6th hitter with a 3-run home run. Meeks got a base hit. Yeah, so they've been productive, no doubt, and I think that's what Coach Avalon understands. This is part of the order, which maybe they've struggled at times, but today they've had a pretty good afternoon, and now I think he knows, obviously, ICC a chance to add some runs. So 2 balls and a strike. Albritton did not square that time. Does it this time. Either rips one right back up the box for a base hit. Garner's going to hit the bag at third. He'll be held up as the throw comes in. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Second hit of the inning. Or beg your pardon, third hit of the inning for the Indians. 4th overall. And now we talk about the bottom of that lineup. 6 on base, 7 on base, 8 on base. Here's the number 9 hitter, Drew Capobianco, and the Indians not fooled at all by Landon Harper at the moment. And now they got a chance to put up a crooked number here and give themselves a chance at an early big lead. Capobianco, a couple of nice hits in game 1 early, and takes the first pitch down for a ball.
Seems like the bottom of the lineup for the Indians today have had a lot of confidence in, as well as a lot of plate discipline as well.
Yeah, they have. They've done a really good job. They've been a part of some success for the Indians, no doubt. And there's a fly ball into right field, hit pretty deep, and going back to the warning track to catch it is Newsom. That will score Garner, and everybody will tag up. It's a sacrifice fly for Drew Capobianco, his 14th RBI of the year, and the Indians lead it 2-0. That'll put runners at second and third with 1 out now as the Indians get it back to the top of the order, and center fielder Lane Domino 0 for 1 with a ground out. His first plate appearance. Got to get him going. He did have an RBI double in game 1, but had some critical at-bats in the latter part of game 1 that he would like back. We can make up for it with a base hit here, would potentially score 2. Meeks will certainly score on anything from third. And Albritton with solid speed out there at second base. Be a prime candidate to do so. And first pitch in there for a called strike. Domino came into game 1 hitting .398. Average dip will dip some. He's still a .385+ hitter.
And he was coming off a very strong doubleheader against Kahoma in the midweek this week, where he had 3 home runs and went 7 of 8 at the plate.
Yeah, so you know he's certainly capable. And right now just needs a good at-bat to score Meeks from third. Breaking ball, that one in the dirt, and they're going to check down to second base. They're going to say he did not go.
I understand being a catcher there and wanting to check down right there, but when the umpire's in that position,
I was just about
most of the time they're not going to.
Yeah, at second base, it's impossible. Obviously, you only have 2 umpires, and so the field umpire has to be, at the base where kind of the base runners are. But, yeah, that's going to be awfully tough for that second base umpire to make that call. Indians will take it, though.
Say it's almost unfair to even ask
Oh, for sure. That one gets away. Meeks is going to come home to score. Albritton moves over to third. It's 3-0 Indians. Boy, this could not have started any better for Coach Collier. His team suffered a disappointing loss in game one. They're bouncing back here early, and now they've got a chance to put up a crooked number here in the inning. Albritton over at third. Domino's going to look at a 2-1 count, and there's going to be some activity in that Pearl River bullpen immediately. And pitch inside for ball 3. Well, I thought for a second that was destined to hit him.
Almost got close, like when he even got out of the way. Looked like the jersey almost flared out and got it, which would also have put him on.
So 3 balls and a strike. Domino looking just for something middle to the right side. And fastball misses away, ball 4. So that's going to put Domino on first base. And now runners at the corners for Riley Davis, the catcher, batting in that 2 spot. And, boy, a chance for the Indians to really blow things open here. Colton Osborne with a couple of zeros. Indians trying to make this easy on themselves here in game number 2. And Harper, probably a short leash from here, throws back to first, and boy, Domino back in time. He leads the team in stolen bases. He's 7 for 8 on the year. I don't know he's going to be taking off here unless it's a hit and run just to stay out of the double play. Fastball down the middle. Davis fouls it back behind us, 0-1. And then if you're Michael Avalon, I think you're probably looking at this being maybe the last batter regardless for Landon Harper. Even if he retires Davis, I guess it's possible he might let him pitch to Hayden Harris. There's a pitch in the dirt. Good block that time by Graham Crawford. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nate talked earlier about seeing the great breaking pitches, but there's also a risk you run when you with pass balls and wild pitches when you're unable to locate it. So the catcher doing a good job there to block it up, but also getting a workout back there.
Yeah, obviously if you try to spike it, you know, to get the batter to chase, you have to really trust your catcher. 1 ball and 1 strike. High fly ball right field. Newsom is under it, will make the catch. He will throw it in. Throw's going to be up the line, and Albritton scores from third base. It's a sacrifice fly for Riley Davis, his 25th RBI of the year, and the Indians lead 4-0.
Now batting is number 21, Hayden Harris.
So that will bring up Hayden Harris, a left fielder. Harris trying to keep the inning alive. We'll see if Domino is going to take off. There he goes, and there's a high fly ball in the deep left field. This one is gone. A 2-run shot for Hayden Harris. His 4th home run of the year. RBIs 19 and 20, and the Indians have opened it up here in the second. It's 6-0, 5 runs in. Boy, Harris got a fastball right down the middle, and he didn't miss it. Domino took off on the hit and run, and Harris planted one well over the 330 sign. Indians have put 5 on the board here in the inning, lead at 6-0. And now Kylan Carter will step in. And first pitch misses inside for ball 1. Carter had an RBI single in the bottom of the first to put the Indians on the board. He's had a really good day of baseball. And this one chopped left side. Bell up with it, throws across in time for out number 3, and that will retire the side, but not before the Indians put up 5 runs 2 of which coming on the bat of Hayden Harris, his 4th bomb of the year. It's 6-0 ICC. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we anticipate, what we work for, what we want to improve. At Itawamba Community College, we offer the courses, pathways, and the training that can help turn your vision of tomorrow into a reality. So why wait? Your tomorrow can start today at Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Top of the 3rd we go. 3rd inning brought to you by the Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. Cagle Eye Center offers comprehensive eye exams for glasses and/or contact lenses, including detection of glaucoma and other eye diseases. They also offer pediatric eye exams. Visit CagleEyeCenter.com or give them a call at 862-EYES. That's 862-EYES to set up your appointment today. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Wildcats here in the top of the 3rd, facing Colton Osborne, who had a really good top of the 2nd inning. And that's a really good breaking ball in there for a called strike, 1-1. John Griffin Bell will lead things off. Came into game 1 hitting .205, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. Takes that pitch downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. So pretty big inning here for Osborne. One, you just want to have the shutdown inning, but you're also going to see the top of the order for this Pearl River lineup 2nd time through, as that fastball is swung and missed by Lee. Shortened game, only 7 innings here in game 2, but want to do what you can to limit the at-bats for the top of this lineup. As Lee calls time. Osborne seems like he's really in a rhythm, wants to get the ball back and immediately go to the mound and pitch, and that breaking ball inside, and boy, Lee said it hit him. Home plate umpire is going to bring him back and say he didn't try to get out of the way of it, or in fact he leaned into it. Doesn't really have to get out of the way, but can't lean into it. Home plate umpire immediately called Lee back, and now the question is, I was about to say, with 2 strikes, isn't that going to be an out? And Lee better be careful. Home plate umpire walking him back to the dugout. And so that's going to be a strikeout for Osborne, and now home plate umpire and Michael Avalon having a discussion. Kind of a new-ish rule, 2 strikes. If you lean into it, that's going to be strike 3. And so Lee is retired for the first out of the inning. Coach Avalon still getting his 2 cents in with our home plate umpire.
I can understand his argument from a head coaching point of view. You
sure.
never want to see your guy get out on that. But,
sure.
But if that's the rule, that's the rule. And once again, it goes back to me, the confidence and the conviction that the home plate umpires had on every call. He made it right away.
Immediately.
And there was no hesitation. So it might be unfortunate for the Pearl River fans, but that's the call he made, and it's going to stand.
Yeah, and I think certainly, too, good job by the home plate umpire to let Coach Avalon say his piece, too. You know, he's probably a little frustrated with the start of this one. And let him have his beef and kind of get his point across, and let him do so without throwing him out. And
question, though, how do you score that if you're scoring at home?
No, it's a strikeout. Going to go as a strikeout for Osborne for sure. And so that's his 3rd in the contest. But he'll now deal with the top of the order for the 2nd time through. This is Nick Skaggs. Skaggs, ground ball left side, through for a base hit. Albritton just couldn't quite get to it. And so Skaggs with a one-out single, and we'll see, quite frankly, if that gets Pearl River going. They're one of the elite programs in this league, and they play with a lot of emotion, a lot of passion, and they really, really feast on playing with a lot of momentum. And so that could be something to get them going. Of course, if you're Indians, you want to really eliminate and negate that. Breaking ball, boy, just missed on the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. This is Graham Crawford. 0 for 1 here in game number 2. And he's not 0 for 1 anymore. It's a deep fly ball to right field. That one is gone. A 2-run shot into the trees, and just like that, Pearl River on the board. It's 6-2. Tenth home run of the year for Crawford. RBIs 34 and 35. He
batting next is number 13, Tate Parker.
Came in tied for 12th in the country with his 9 home runs. He was tied at the time with Casey Donaldson, his teammate, but Donaldson hit 2 home runs in game 1 as that one is popped foul right side, and Murphy couldn't quite get there, so Tate Parker will get another shot. 0-1, and just kind of talking about it, something like that kind of gets Pearl River going, and all of a sudden, with the way they hit, they just begin to chip away. So if you're Osborne, you got to try to put that behind you and get back to throwing some strikes. He's pitched well so far through 2 1/3. But second time through the order, always tough against one of these elite hitting lineups.
One of the crazy things about baseball is you never know what's going to spark a team either. Something like that, being hit, being called out on that, you never think that's going to do it, but sometimes it does.
Well, again, when you're an emotional team and an aggressive team and you play, kind of, with that style, any little thing can get you going when things aren't going your way. And Pearl River got a single and a 2-run bomb, and now Parker is ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. And if you're Coach Collier, you hope Osborne can really bear down and kind of fight through this. First time today, he's throwing some stressful pitches, and this one is hammered down the left field line, but well foul. As it hit the top of the wall, about 15 feet left of the 330 sign. So that runs the count full, and a big pitch here for Osborne. You don't want to give him a 1-out walk and just kind of keep the momentum going. There's a good pitch, swing and a miss, a strikeout on the slider. That's a really big pitch and a big response there by Osborne. Another strikeout for him, 2 away in the 3rd.
Batting next is number 11, Casey Donaldson.
We'll bring up Casey Donaldson, who has had the best day of anybody on the diamond. 7 RBIs in game 1, a couple of home runs, one a 3-run shot, the other one a 2-run shot that pretty much put it away. But he chops it right side to Murphy. Tyler will glove it and step on the bag, and that will retire the side. Pearl River gets a 2-run shot, but that's it. 6-2 Indians moving to the bottom of the 3rd. This is Indians baseball on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Moving to the bottom of the third, and we've got our first pitching change of the contest. Call to the bullpen, make the right call, and swing by Sonic and Fulton to pick up your favorite drinks and a mouth-watering burger next time you're headed to the ballpark. Don't forget to download the Sonic app to order ahead. New pitcher for Pearl River, number 36, Landon Rawson, making his third appearance. He's pitched an inning and a third, giving up 1 hit, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. It's a 27 ERA, so hoping to have a better outing here. Keep the Indians where they are and keep his team within 4. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. He'll face 5, 6, and 7. Tyler Murphy, Connor Gardner, and Terrace Meeks. We talked about the bottom of the order producing. They need to do so here. Get those 2 runs back. The Indians gave up in the third. As that pitch nearly hit him. Missed inside, 2-0. Inside. Boy, a late call. Ooh. First kind of delayed call. We've been giving our guy behind home plate some props. So Coach Collier kind of summing up, just kind of looked at him like, oh boy, I think you may have missed that one. 2-1. High fly ball to right. Ballpark's going to hold it. Newsom drifting back and under it right in front of the warning track for out number 1.
Now, we talked earlier about the sun playing an issue. Well, it has dipped down behind the pines now, so not much of an issue unless it's right towards that foul line and right now.
Yeah, and obviously left field, you're golden now. Lights are on at the ballpark, have been for most of game number 2. Connor Gardner will step in now, singled and scored his first time to the plate. He takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Well, it feels good to kind of finally have that baseball weather and everybody can get out and enjoy it. The 1-0, that one in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes.
I will say, talking about the weather, we don't normally have as cold weather as long into the season because we're entering the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Normally, it's already been some scorchers, and we haven't experienced that this year.
Yeah, that has been a help so far. That pitch outside, 3 balls and no strikes. So Gardner just trying to give the Indians a base runner here in the bottom half of the third. And that pitch does catch the outside corner, 3-1. Downstairs. 5-pitch walk, and that will put Gardner at first base. And now Terrace Meeks, the right fielder, will step in. And those walks just drive coaches crazy, but a good job there by Gardner, who's DHing here in game number 2, to be patient. And we'll see if Meeks can get a base hit and get the Indians in business here in the third. First pitch, and it's popped right in front of the Pearl River dugout, and catch is made over there right in front of the dugout by D.K. Donaldson. And so Meeks, boy, really frustrating. Well, now there's a conversation.
There is a chalk line to where there's dead area for the dugout, and to make the catch, according to the ground rules, you had to have both feet in on the playing surface side of the chalk line. So I think that might be what the argument is here for Coach Collier.
Well, Dylan Ernest over there, he made that motion kind of immediately. I wasn't exactly sure what he was doing. So there's a conversation between the two umpires. And glad you knew that. Obviously, it makes sense that you would know that.
And they did call them out on that now as well. And
so I guess what they basically said was maybe we couldn't tell, and we'll just go with the call on the field. So Meeks is retired on the pop-up caught by D.K. Donaldson. So 2 down here in the third. And, boy, that a really big out recorded by the Wildcats. Now they'll face Bailey Albritton, the third baseman. First pitch misses away. Good job by Graham Crawford. Blocked that one. Fastball in there for a call. Strike 1-1. Albritton with a base hit his first time to the plate. Later scored on a sacrifice fly by Lane Domino. There's a swing and a miss. Boy, really good slider, and Albritton just couldn't lay off of it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball, and that one beautifully delivered. Strike 3 called, back-to-back sliders, and Albritton is turned away, so that will retire the side. Indians scoreless for the first time in Game 2. It's 6-2 after 3. Back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women in the communities they influence every day.
Top of the fourth, we go 6-2, Indians on top. Fourth inning brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. From strains and sprains to tears and breaks, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi has got you covered. Give them a call at 662-377-BONE. That's 662-377-BONE. Or stop by at 499 Gloucester Street, Creek Village in Tupelo. So Osborne out for his 4th inning of work. And first pitch bunted left side. Osborne will barehanded throw to first. And Murphy, what a pick at first. Just terrific. Saved not just 1 base, maybe 2. As D.K. Donaldson tried to lay down a bunt and be a leadoff hitter. And Osborne bailed out by his first baseman. Boy, Murphy's done a good job over there at first all day. 1 out here in the 5th, or I beg your pardon, in the 4th, and this will bring up Eric Newsom, the right fielder, and he hammers one to straightaway center, but Lane Domino's got it measured, and will make the catch. And 2 pitches, 2 outs for Colton Osborne here in the 4th. Well, and you talk about baseball just kind of being a funny game. You know, you could sort of see a scenario where if that pick is not made, he's at first, maybe second, and maybe that ball is hit as hard as it was, is in the gap, not right to Domino, and all of a sudden Pearl River's got a run in and a guy at second. Instead, the Indians are 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Breaking ball moves to the inside corner of the plate for strike 1. Dalton Cummins, the second baseman, will step in. That pitch downstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball in the dirt again, 2-1. So it's 5, 6, and 7 for Alsman here in this inning. Trying to make quick work of the Wildcats, and that pitch misses inside for ball 3. Cummins thought about it and held up. Now Alsburn behind in the count, 3 balls and a strike. Well, you got to take advantage of easy innings Wildcats give them to you. And there's a breaking ball downstairs, so the dreaded 2-out walk keeps the inning alive. And now we're going to see Austin Izio, the third baseman.
Now batting is number 5, Austin Izio.
Well, Izio made one of the better plays at third base you're going to see in the bottom of the first in game 1. Just laid out and robbed Lane Domino of a base hit to start things in game 1. That pitch downstairs, and now Osborne not able to get that breaking ball over for a strike. Pearl River trying to keep the inning going, get as deep as they can. There's a good pitch, swing and a miss. And John Griffin Bell, the number 9 hitter, on deck. There's a line drive back up the middle. Capobianco, though, able to field it and flip to second for out number 3. So 2-out walk doesn't hurt the Indians one bit. We move to the bottom of the 4th, 6-2 ICC. You're watching it on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Bottom of the 4th, 6-2 Indians on top. And ICC will have the bottom of the order. Then we'll roll to the top. 9, 1, and 2. It'll be Capobianco, Lane Domino, and Riley Davis. Trying to add to their 6-2 lead. Wildcats have 9 outs left to work with. And Landon Rawson will try to do what he did in that last inning, which is put up a 0 and just give his team a chance. The Indians looking to add some runs. Got 1 in the first, 5 in the second. Couldn't push one across there in the third. So Capobianco hit the ball hard today. Has a sacrifice fly. And first pitch, chops it right side. It'll be taken by Donaldson, and he will step on the bag for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Saw that in the top of the 4th inning, in which Colton Osborne threw fewer than 10 pitches to get out of the 4th inning. 2 pitches, 2 outs. And then a walk, and then got a fielder's choice. So now Domino to the plate. Domino drew a walk his last time up and scored on the 2-run home run by Hayden Harris. He fouls that one back to the screen, 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Domino reached for that one, fouled it back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, just missed on the outside corner. Good take, though, by Domino. As Rawson tried to get him to chase, and now the count's even at 2-2. Well, Domino, he needs to see the ball and hit the ball hard and give him some confidence. Rolls over left side. Lee will scoop it, throw to first in time as Domino really gets down the line. Second time Lee's had to rush it and got him both times. So Domino retired 6-3. And 2 down in the inning for the 2-hole hitter, Riley Davis. Well, you can tell Domino's just a little frustrated. You know, he's had such a great year and coming off a really good midweek performance against Coahoma. And other than the RBI double he got in game 1, has really struggled. Has reached base a couple times because of a walk. And he hasn't really hit the ball all that hard. Did a good job playing in center field, though. And right now, that's the most important thing. Davis will step in. Team's leading hitter coming into the contest in game 1 at .484, and definitely still the team's leading hitter.
Unfortunately, saw his 27-game hit streak end with going hitless in game 1 today.
Yeah. All the way back to the very end of last season and every single game up to this year. Two-one. Boy, right down the middle for a strike, 2-2. Well, Tigers at times just haven't been able to pull the trigger on that like you would want. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, and that one is hit out into center field. That one is going to be over the head of Parker, and Davis is going to head to second base with a stand-up double. That's good to see. Riley Davis with his 7th double of the year, and the Indians have a runner in scoring position. So that will bring up Hayden Harris, the left fielder, and the 3rd hitter in this lineup. Last time to the plate, a moonshot 2-run bomb to left field to give the Indians at that time a 6-0 lead. And he's got another chance at an RBI. He's got 4 home runs on the year now. Looking for his 3rd RBI of the game. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. Well, good to see there for Davis, too. He and Domino kind of had their struggles at the top of the lineup this afternoon and tonight. Hit the ball hard. There's been some good pitching by Pearl River against those two. The 1-0 pitch. This one ripped left side, and Izio makes the diving catch. Boy, Harris really smashed it, but unfortunately Izio with another terrific play at the hot corner, and that will end the inning for ICC. After 4, 6-2 Indians. We move to the 5th. You're watching it on the ICC Sports Network.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
6-2 your scores. We move to the top of the 5th inning. 5th inning is sponsored by our streaming provider, the Wi-Fi Sports Network Live. Don't forget you can watch all of our live broadcasts on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick thanks to our friends at Wi-Fi Sports Network Live. My guys Charlie and Dave will gladly help you learn how you can start live streaming with the Wi-Fi Sports Network. Just give them a call at 866-206-7790. That's 866-206-7790 or visit Wi-Fi-Sports-Network.live. So Colton Osborne been good through 4 innings, giving up 2 runs. Back out for his 5th inning. First pitch breaking ball misses just high for ball 1. So it'll be 9-1-2 for Wildcats. John Griffin Bell, and in the top of the order, Nick Skaggs and Graham Crawford. And Osborne behind in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. 9 outs left for Pearl River. ICC trying to earn the split, losing 11-5 in game 1. This one chopped left side. 2 balls and a strike. As you would imagine, nobody warming up in the ICC bullpen. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike, 2-2. Well, I think Riley Davis thought that was going to definitely be a strike, and the home plate umpire was a little slow making that. And there's a breaking ball that is hammered to deep left field, and it's gone. Solo shot by John Griffin Bell, his 4th home run of the year, 21st RBI. And Pearl River inching closer. It's now 6-3. Second home run given up by Osborne here in the contest.
Now batting is number 9, Nick Skaggs.
5th home run he's given up on the year. And so now the top of the order will come to the plate. Nick Skaggs, left fielder, will step in. So Osborne's just got to put that behind him and go get the top of the order, and that may be a good start. Popped up right in front of the Pearl River dugout, but gets out of play. And good effort there by Davis. So no balls and a strike. Oh, this lineup just so relentless. They keep coming at you. It's amazing to think about. You look at their batting average. It's just listed at 300, but they slug at 558. You know, coming into today, they had 50 doubles, 58 home runs. As there's a good pitch by Osborne for strike 2. You know, they just seem to hit the ball hard and come up with timely hits and really put a lot of pressure on the opponent. And there's a line drive, base hit into right center field on an 0-2 pitch, and it's quickly thrown back in to hold Skaggs to a single. But boy, Osborne really frustrated with himself there. He knew he made a mistake and missed his spot, and all of a sudden 1 run already in, base hit, and the Indians may need to start thinking about getting somebody up down there in the bullpen. Graham Crawford, the catcher, will step in. Still nobody up down there. And he swings at the first pitch he sees for strike one. Well, this team doesn't hit quite as well, certainly as a team that won the region tournament a couple years ago and made the Junior College World Series, but it's still a very, very good lineup. Man, they're just going to continue to put so much pressure on you. Sometimes you just feel like no lead is safe, even in a shortened game when you've got a 6-0 lead after 2. Chopped right side. This is going to be tough. Carter's going to field. Throw to first in time to get Graham Crawford. And, well, that's a really nice play there by Carter. One down, but it does advance Skaggs to second base.
13, Tate Parker.
So that will bring up the center fielder, Tate Parker. He leads the team in RBIs with 43, had a couple in game 1. He was 9th in the nation with 41 RBIs coming in, so will most likely move up when those stats are put in. We start the next week of baseball. He takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. The other thing, too, about this team is sometimes you just feel like they're able to get the opposing team to pitch defensively, not as aggressively, and sort of just maybe nibble and almost pitch, cautiously. There's a really good breaking ball that is skied into center field. Domino under it, makes a catch for out 2. That's a big out right there, recorded by Osborne to get the leading RBI getter to hit a lazy fly ball to center. That was maybe his best breaking ball in a couple of innings. And now he's a pitch away from getting out of this, only giving up a run, but he'll have to do it against the guy who's had the best day of them all, Casey Donaldson. 7 RBIs in game 1. He's got a couple of RBIs here in game number 2 on a 2-run shot back in the 3rd. First pitch in there for a called strike. And he calls time. The 0-1. That one chopped right side, foul. 0-2. So Osborne with a really good pitch right there. Now if you're Osborne, you're really thinking strikeout. Certainly got to keep the pitch low in the zone. Don't want to elevate it above the knees. It's danger zone and right where Donaldson likes it. Breaking ball, that one downstairs. 1-2.
Not a bad 0-2 pitch there, trying to get him to chase something, but
oh yeah,
we've seen today he's pretty disciplined up there at the plate.
Yeah.
So to get him to chase is probably a rare occurrence.
Yeah, he's a guy that understands what he wants and can lay off of it, but you're right. It's a pretty good 0-2 pitch. Certainly give yourself a chance. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one is fouled way down the left field line and off one of the buildings back there. Hear that loud thud. Big sequence here in this one. Top of the 5th, 6-3 Indians. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pearl River's got a runner at second base and their hottest hitter of the day at the plate. Osborne delivers. This one ripped back up the middle for a base hit. That's going to score 1 as Domino will throw it back in. It's an RBI single for Donaldson, and now Pearl River makes it a 6-4 game, and the tying run will come to the plate.
Batting next is number 23, DK Donaldson.
That'll bring up DK Donaldson. We just talked about you got to get the ball down. If you make a mistake up, Donaldson will hurt you with it. Osborne left that pitch up a bit, and Donaldson ripped it right back up the middle.
You could see Osborne's frustration, too, as well as he come to back up the throw to the plate. He hit his glove and tell that frustration there because he knows exactly what you just said. He knew it probably when he released the pitch even.
Yeah, and it's one thing to, you kind of have to give in on a fastball count and the guy rips it, but you're ahead 1-2 and you feel like you're trying to make the pitch to finish the at-bat and you just miss your spot, leave it up a bit, and Donaldson made him pay for it. So now Pearl River, which trailed 6-0 after 2, has the tying run at the plate here in the 5th. And Osborne behind at the count, 2 balls and no strikes. And again, nobody down there throwing. Wonder how much longer Indians can go without somebody warming up. As Osborne trying to get out of this inning here. Indians need 7 more outs. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. 0-1. Donaldson hitting .412 on the year. Tried to drop down a bunt his first time up. Osborne barehanded it through to first base. It was not a great throw. Murphy made a great pick in order to save the at-bat. There's a sharp ground ball to third. Britton throws it right side, not in time, and they throw back, and that's not in time either, so everybody's safe. It's an E5 as Albritton just couldn't get enough on the throw, and now the tying run is at first base, and boy, that's the other thing you can't do is give these guys an extra out, and now the pitches start to become even more stressful for Colton Osborne.
Movement down in the pen now for the Indians. It's like Roland's headed back down to get loose.
Yeah, and he wants to have a better outing than he did in game 1. Just struggled and left some pitches up. And Coach Collier is going to go out and have a conversation.
Try to calm him down and also buy some time for Roland to get loose down there.
No doubt about that. You get deeper into the lineup. Eric Newsom, the right fielder, is going to step in, hitting 6th. And that's the other thing, too. You're trying to get into a spot where, like in the 3rd inning, you had 9-1-2. You retire the number 9 hitter, John Griffin Bell, and you're thinking, well, if we could try to get these guys in order, maybe only 1 over the limit, we're okay. But then you see, 2 runs. Even if you put up a 0 in the 4th, here in the 5th, thinking, boy, if we could get out of this, and leave a situation where you don't have to face the main guys as much. So that will bring up Eric Newsom, the right fielder. So Osborne, after the meeting on the mound, delivers his first pitch downstairs for ball 1. So Casey Donaldson at second. He got an RBI single. And DK Donaldson at first reached on an error. And now Osborne is behind 2 balls and no strikes. And this, depending on how ready Roland is, this could be the last batter for Osborne.
Yeah, it's never good when you come out of a mound visit and fall behind 2-0 really quick either. So hopefully Osborne can figure it out here and get out of this inning.
Well, the Indians also need to get out of it and put up some runs. 2-0 pitch, foul tipped into the glove for strike 1, 2-1. Downstairs, 3-1. Well, it definitely doesn't have the same control we saw an inning or 2 ago. Not a guy that walks a lot of hitters. Came in fact, only 6 walks in 38 innings. The 3-1, and that one chopped foul down the first base side. That might have been ball 4, but Osborne made a good pitch to get Newsom, I beg your pardon, to swing over the top of it. So that will run the count full with 2 outs in the inning. Both runners are going to be on the move with the pitch. So this one here, kind of dangerous. You give up a base hit, you're going to get 1 run in, maybe 2. With Donaldson taking off, Indians are not going to hold Donaldson at first. There go the runners. Full count, swing and a miss. Colton Osborne with a huge strikeout will strand 2 runners. Pearl River gets a couple, but it's 6-4 going to the bottom of the 5th. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1,000,000.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza.
So when are you gonna give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tots right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Bottom of the 5th, new pitcher in for Pearl River. So Landon Rawson did his job, put up a couple of zeros in the 3rd and the 4th. Trace McNabb making his 10th appearance of the year. He has 1 save, no record, 19 2/3 innings pitched, 18 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned, 6 walks, 16 strikeouts. He's given up 3 home runs, has a 3.66 ERA. He will see 4, 5, and 6. Kylan Carter will lead things off. Took the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. And that breaking ball is high for ball 1. Breaking ball, and this one is sent out into right center field. Parker is there, and he will make the catch for out number 1, and Carter is retired on 3 pitches, 1 away here in the 5th, and that's something the Indians have got to avoid is an easy shutdown inning. ICC got 1 in the 1st, 5 in the 2nd, but goose eggs in the 3rd and the 4th, and now you got the meat of the order, Carter and Murphy and Gardner.
Unfortunately for the Indians, they've only had 1 hit since the 2nd inning.
Yeah,
as well, and that was a double by Riley last inning.
Yeah, they just got to do a better job of manufacturing some runs. Murphy swings over the top of that breaking ball, and he's behind quickly, 0-2. Popped up right side, playable. Donaldson under it and makes the catch for out number 2. So quickly 2 away here in the home half of the 5th. And boy, Indians got to find a way to solve this bullpen. Rawson did a good job to stop the run. And definitely McNabb here, 2 batters in. He's got the Indians out front. Connor Gardner to the plate as a single here in game number 1. Singled and scored in that 5-run second, and pitch misses inside. I think Crawford wanted to go out there. My first thought was that perhaps home plate umpire was going to go out there, but I wasn't sure why.
I think the ball might have caught the umpire on an unpadded area. Just get out there to give him time to catch his breath, maybe.
So 1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball, good one, but a good take by Gardner. 2 balls and no strikes. And that one downstairs, 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk will put Gardner on first base. So we'll see if the Indians can use a 2-out walk to get things started. Terrace Meeks, the right fielder, will step in. He's got a hit in this one. Bottom of the order, we talked about their productivity today. Be a good time for them to keep that up, as the Indians have seen their 6-run lead reduced to just 2, and Wildcats have 6 outs with which to work. And a good job there by Crawford to stop that one. Kept it in front. Doesn't allow Gardner, who is the game 1 catcher for the Indians, to move to second base. Starting at the DH spot here in game 2. Breaking ball, it stays high, 2-0. And that's going to get Michael Avalon out of the dugout and to the mound. And I think for him, he's thinking, look, you know, you got those 2 outs, you've clawed back in it. You know, you give up a 2-out walk, now you're behind 2-0, and I think this is just kind of a settle down and throw strikes.
It doesn't appear to be anybody warming up in the pen for him either, so.
Yeah, and I think he's, you know, like I said, I think he's just kind of frustrated with that. Because I think he feels, look, you know, they've got the advantage when they come to the plate. ICC softball team down in Poplarville this afternoon, split with Pearl River. Ranked number 2 in the country are the Indians. Lost game 1, won the second one pretty big, and so we'll see where they are ranked when the polls come out. But regardless, still having a monster year and in line to do some big things in that postseason.
And for the first time in about 3 weeks, they'll be back in Fulton this Wednesday when they host Holmes. And then next Saturday they will host a pretty good team called Gulf Coast, who's number 3 in the country. So that should be a slugfest on the softball side of the rankings.
First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Yeah, I joked with Adam. I said, yeah, boy, I knew they went on the road for a long time. I hadn't gotten a phone call from you in a while.
Yeah, they've definitely been road warriors this last couple weeks. I think their last home game was when Northeast came to town, as Meeks draws a walk. So I'm sure the Indians will be happy to be back in the friendly confines of the softball complex over there.
Nothing like playing at your home field, that's for sure. So after 2 quick outs, Indians have drawn walks, Gardner and Meeks. And so now Bailey Albritton batting 8th, the chance for a big 2-out hit. 1 for 2. Trying to add to this lead. And there's one grounded back up the middle. And nice flip to second base in time. Boy, what a great play at short by John Griffin Bell, who flipped it to Dalton Cummins. And that will retire the side. Indians thought perhaps it was going to get through for a base hit. Wildcats made another nice defensive play. So 3 straight zeros put up by the Wildcats bullpen. After 5, it's 6-4 Indians. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home Or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family,
Roll Tribe!
Top of the sixth we go. The sixth inning brought to you by First American National Bank. Remember to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo to find the First American National Bank location closest to you. Visit FANB.bank. Tommy Chambly and all the great folks at First American National Bank are proud to help bring ICC baseball and softball your way here on the ICC Sports Network. They are even more proud to be celebrating 55 years of being a customer-driven and community-focused bank. Visit FANB.bank. First pitch is a high pop-up left side. Capobianco waits on it and makes the catch. 4-out number one, huge, always huge to start, particularly if you can go one pitch and 1 out.
Batting next is number 5, Austin.
That was almost a rainmaker. It got up there so high. So
yeah,
I know that had to be challenging there at short, especially if there's any wind up there that we aren't feeling right now.
Yeah, that is a big, big out, no question about it. So that will bring up Austin Izio as Dalton Cummins took the first pitch and popped it up to Capobianco. And that one ripped left side, down for a base hit. And Harris gets over there to cut it off and holds Izio to a long single, but it's another big hit, and Coach Collier wastes no time. Comes out of the dugout, and I think that's going to be it for Colton Osborne. As the Wildcats have a 1-out runner here in the sixth. And it looks like it's going to be another bullpen performance for David Rowland. And that's exactly what it's going to be. So we'll take a break, come back, and set everything up for you. Indians on top 6-4, but it's getting a little dicey here in the sixth. A nice hand for Colton Osborne. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FANB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Welcome back. Top of the sixth we go. David Rowland in to face this Pearl River lineup. Second time today he's done so. First appearance in game one was a bit of a struggle. Part of that 5-run seventh inning that gave ICC a 5-4 lead to a 9-5 deficit. To the call to the bullpen, make the right call and swing by Sonic in Fulton to pick up your favorite drinks at a mouth-watering burger next time you're headed to the ballpark. Don't forget to download the Sonic app to order ahead. So that's the call to the bullpen. It's the call to David Rowland, who's been the best arm out of that bullpen all year, trying to have a redeeming performance here in game number 2. He's going to deal with the number 9 hitter, John Griffin Bell, who homered last time up, part of that 2-run fifth. 1 on, 1 out. rolling ahead 0-2. And then we'll flip to the top of the order. So the Indians to win this one going to have to go right through the heart of that order. The fastball misses outside, 1-2. One, two. That one high for ball two. Well, you know, something you kind of think about, you know, when you look at these numbers for Pearl River, and obviously the one that jumps out at me is 93 stolen bases in 102 attempts coming into today. They've attempted one stolen base.
That's it.
You know, it was successful, but, you know, you sort of read those numbers and you think, well, this is a team that's going to – that pitch just barely misses on the outside corner. Good slider by Rowland, but just didn't quite get it in the strike zone. And now the count runs full at 3-2. Now, this may be a situation where they take off to stay out of the double play. It just felt like, boy, you come in and see them just run, and they haven't. Speaks to the respect they have for the two catchers for ICC. And there's the throw over. Kind of figured that was coming.
And I'll be honest with you, speaking about the ICC catchers this season, I can't remember that many steal attempts by opposing teams,
Yeah,
at least here at the home games.
Yeah, Gardner threw out a runner in game one. There's a swing and a miss and a huge out recorded by Rowland as Bell goes down swinging. 2 outs here in the 6th.
Number 9, Nick Skaggs.
Now we get to the top of the order, though. Nick Skaggs, the leadoff hitter, left fielder, will step in, and this is where you're rolling. You can make your hay and really redeem yourself from a disappointing performance in game one. To the Renaissance Bank strikeout. Renaissance Bank understanding you. RenaissanceBank.com. There's a lazy fly ball to left. Harris is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So Rowland comes in and does his job. Gets a strikeout and a fly out. We move to the bottom of the 6th. How about some insurance in Itawamba County? We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tats right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
No, it's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
Bottom of the 6th we go. Trace McNabb back out there for Pearl River, trying to keep the Indians where they are. ICC has a 6-4 lead and looking for some insurance. So it'll be 9-1-2 as Capo Bianco will step in. And then we'll get to the top of the order. And Lane Domino and the number 2 hitter, Riley Davis. Capo Bianco, the left-hander, will stroll in.
Joining us here in the broadcast booth is one of our volleyball players and volunteer work studies, Z. Taylor. Been taking pictures for us all day. They will be on ICCimages.com probably tomorrow as the first pitch is outside for a ball.
Yeah, she made it pretty clear that she was not a fan of the volunteer part.
That's out of our control, but she is very appreciated whether she's a volunteer or not. So, and her and the rest of the volleyball girls had an excellent season this year, making postseason in their first year of play, and even took the number 1 team in the country to the limit in 3 sets, only losing by a couple of points in each set earlier this year as well. So big things to come for our volleyball program in the future as well.
Probably going to be a sport to watch in high school in Mississippi in years to come. Kind of reminds me a little like softball about 15 years ago when it was just kind of starting to creep up a little bit. Now, much better softball play. Probably going to be the same way for volleyball. 2-1 pitch inside, 3-1 to Capo Bianco. So that's what the Indians need. Well, they need some insurance runs, and one of the best ways to do it, get that first pitch, that leadoff walk, and get to the top of the order. You just got to feel that Domino is due. Well, Capo Bianco went after it, popped it up right side, shallow right field, and it's off the glove. I believe it's out there of Cummins, the second baseman. Yes, it is. So he dropped it, and that'll be an E4, and so Capo Bianco stands at first base. And so, boy, talk about a leadoff walk. Take a leadoff error, too. So now Lane Domino to the plate. I think Coach Collier a little frustrated. Capo Bianco didn't run that out. If he runs that out, probably standing on second base. So a break there for the Indians. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Domino, as you talked about, struggled all day. Has an RBI double in game one, but that's kind of basically it. And he went after that bunt attempt and came up empty. So behind in the count, 0-1. You just have to feel like he's due, and this would be the right time for him to get a base knock.
Whether that's swinging it like normal or with his speed, if he's able to lay down that perfect bunt down the line, he tried to treat it as a sacrifice opportunity, but it could turn into a base hit quickly with his speed.
Yeah, Austin Izio moving in there at third base. And there's a breaking ball, and Domino pulled the bat back. And, boy, that one awfully close to hitting him. 1 ball and 1 strike. Indians trying to get the split here. Pearl River won game 1, 11-5. Indians on top here, 6-4. Pearl River's got 3 outs left. Domino going to drop the bunt down. He's going to push it right side, and he's going to beat it. Nobody's there. What a perfect bunt by Lane Domino. You called it. And any way you can get on base, that's all that matters. So Domino gets an infield bunt single. And so that will put runners at first and second, nobody down, and that might be it for Trace McNabb, although he wasn't his fault here in this inning.
Now, that was on Domino's bunt there. I mean, not only was it an excellent bunt, it's kind of in that no man's land. First baseman and pitcher both going for the ball, and nobody was there to cover the bag. So it's unfortunate for the Wildcats and their fans, but just an excellent placement of the bunt there by Domino, and he was able to display his speed.
Yeah, and obviously if you're McNabb, you're thinking, boy, if my second baseman catches a pop-up, I'm facing him when he's probably not going to drop that bunt down in that situation. But the Indians take advantage of it, at least in that regard. So now first and second, nobody out, and you got 2, 3, 4 up here. Riley Davis, the catcher, will bat next. He'll be followed by Hayden Harris, who has a 2-run home run in this game, part of a 5-run second inning for ICC. And then if it gets that far, which you hope it does, it's Kylan Carter, the second baseman, who will step in. He's got a hit in this one as well. Had a good game in game 1 with a couple of hits, including a double. So now we'll see how Coach Collier plays it. I'd be surprised, quite frankly, if we see a bunt in this situation with a guy who leads your team in batting average, although Austin Izio, again, playing pretty in at third base, about the edge of the grass. And we are going to see a square around bunt attempt right back to the mound. McNabb's going to glove it and throw to first in time. So Coach Collier goes with the sack bunt, and Davis does his job. So there are 2 in scoring position now for Hayden Harris and for Kylan Carter, I beg your pardon. And Harris, as I mentioned, deposited one over that tree in left field back in the second inning. The Indians could certainly use that here.
But we'll take a shot in the gap, no doubt.
Yeah, no surprise. Pearl River's going to bring the infield in to try to cut down the run. And there's a breaking ball. Harris swings over the top of. In this situation, you typically do get some of those breaking balls because you're trying to get guys to get out in front of it. Try to beat it into the ground. So Harris can be patient. He could probably time one up and get it to the outfield. Just like that, hammered left center field gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Capobianco scores. Domino scores. It's a 2 RBI double by Hayden Harris, and the Indians lead it 8-4.
Batting next is number 5, Colin Carter.
Boy, that's exactly what ICC needed, some insurance runs. And insurance runs are brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, give Joey a call at 862-9340. That's 862-9340, or stop by and see him at 710 South Adams Street. And that's going to be it for Trace McNabb as Coach Avalon comes out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And, boy, you kind of feel for McNabb there because the pop-up that was dropped really kind of messed up everything. But the Indians, they're going to apologize for nothing. 8-4. We'll take a break and tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Kylan Carter will step in. New pitcher for Pearl River is number 19, Shelby Terrell, making his 5th appearance. 5 1/3 innings pitched on the season. 5 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. He's got a 3.38 ERA. Carter with a hit already in this one, had 2 hits in game 1. And takes that first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Indians took advantage of an error on Cummins, the second baseman, who just simply dropped a pop-up in shallow right field to start things off. Lane Domino then got a sac bunt single. Riley Davis got a sacrifice to move 2 runners up. And then Hayden Harris delivered the big blow, the 2 RBI double, to make it 8-4 here in the bottom of the inning. The Indians looking for more from their second baseman. Carter, 368 when the day began. And there's a high fly ball into left center field. Bat flip and gone way out of here. We were talking about some insurance, and the Indians have delivered it. That was tomahawked over both of the trees out there in left center field. A no-doubter. The Indians with 4 runs here in the inning and have now opened it up. It's 10-4.
Now batting is number Number 26, Tyler Murphy.
Oh, you just go back to Capobianco's at bat where he hits a routine pop-up, and you just wonder how differently this inning would have been if that catch is made. But the Indians doing what good teams do. They take advantage of mistakes. Pearl River does that. Indians are doing that. And now ICC will carry at least a 6-run lead, needing only 3 outs in the 7th to salvage this one, get a split, and stay tied with Pearl River inside the lead. Right now, the Wildcats are 15-4. Indians are 14-5. ICC 3 outs away from getting that back even. Chopped left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Murphy, the first baseman. Had a really good day defensively. I continue to go back to maybe the best defensive play because it was so important. That pick he made at first base when Colton Alsman barehanded a bunt attempt just was gigantic, and that one is crushed. Way foul. Way foul. That would have been the longest one of the day. Unfortunately, it was about 10 feet foul. That one.
It's still the longest one of the day. It's just the longest foul
right,
of the day.
Yeah, it just doesn't count, unfortunately. That one may still be rolling across the street. And Michael Avalon is going to come out and, I guess, make a pitching move. Don't really know at this point why. But we'll see. Yep, he's going to pull him. So we're going to have a new pitcher for Pearl River. We will take a break, come back, tell you who that is. After this, Indians up 10-4 in the 6th on the ICC Sports Network.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
It's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
Parker Harrington, the new pitcher for Pearl River, according to our stats, has not seen any action this year on the mound. Right-handed freshman, 6'2", 170 out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Oak Grove. And his first pitch to Murphy is a slider, and he gets him to swing and miss for strike 3. So 2 outs in the inning, and now that will bring up Connor Gardner.
Now batting is number 32,
the DH. Gardner, pretty interesting. NHL legacy. His dad, Paul Gardner, played and coached in the NHL, and his grandfather, Cal Gardner, won 2 Stanley Cups with the Toronto Maple Leafs in 1949 and 1951. So if you mentioned this earlier, if you listed all the factoids about guys in our league, how many of them would have a father and grandfather with some NHL blood?
And not only NHL blood, a grandfather who had his name on the Stanley Cup twice.
Yeah, and the Maple Leafs, one of the great
historic franchises.
Franchises in the NHL. 2-0 pitch, and that one in there for a strike, 2-1. Caleb, or I beg your pardon,
Connor.
Yeah, I did that once earlier too. Connor had to settle for just being a guy who hit a 3-run home run in the first game. I think he'll take that though.
Oh yeah.
Did he go? No. 2 balls, or beg your pardon, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Go back to about his dad. His dad, I've had a chance to talk to numerous times at games when I'm photographing. Just, he's a great man, proud dad. So,
popped left side, Izio under it and makes the catch, and that will retire the side, but not before the Indians put 4 on the board thanks to a 2 RBI double by Hayden Harris, and then that 2-run moonshot later in the inning. 10-4, we move to the 7th. Back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Top of the 7th, Indians trying to nail it down here. 7th inning brought to you by the ICC Indian Delegation. Don't forget, it's time to schedule your tour of Itawamba Community College with the ICC Indian Delegation. The ICC recruiting team is here to help answer your questions, schedule tours, and connect you with the departments and organizations that are of special interest to you. Visit tours.iccms.edu. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Wildcats in the 7th. Got the guys up they want. David Rowland's got now a 6-run lead. Needs just 3 outs. Indians would get the split and stay right with Pearl River in the league standings. Well, Harris and Carter, we talked about guys needing to put some runs on the board to keep Pearl River from making this interesting, and there's a pitch that misses inside. Now 3 balls and no strikes. So if you're rolling here, you had a good 6th inning, want to get right back to it, get some outs, throw some strikes. But that's a 4-pitch walk, and there's at least a start for Pearl River.
Batting next is number 13, Tate Parker.
Tate Parker, the center fielder, will step in. Began the day hitting .398, hit a couple of runs batted in game 1. Now at 43 on the year, which leads the squad. And a little surprised Indians are holding on Crawford over there at first. As first pitch in there for a called strike. I know he's got 11 stolen bases, but 6-run lead. And maybe they just want to keep him close over there. Fastball high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
As you know, baseball players are also creatures of habit too. So,
sure.
You never know. It might just be, we could move him over there, but let's just leave him. Well, now they're going to throw it over there now, and almost threw it to the bullpen.
Second best play that he's made today.
Yeah.
That pick over there, and just because obviously, look, let's be real. Crawford's run really doesn't matter at this point. They have to get 2 or 3 guys on base before runs start to really matter. This one is shot into right field. Meeks has got a beat on it, and he'll snag it for out number 1. And that's what you want right there if you're rolling. Look, just throw strikes, let your defense help you. But going back to it, obviously it wouldn't have really mattered if Crawford gets to second base, but you just don't want to have any sort of stress whatsoever here in this type of inning. So that will bring up Casey Donaldson, who will be sad to see this day end. He's had a heck of a day. Had 7 RBIs in game 1. 2 RBI double, a 3-run shot, and then a 2-run shot.
I feel you, kid.
This one is fouled left side. No balls and 2 strikes. And so Donaldson down to his last strike of the at-bat. Rowland doing a good job after the 4-pitch walk, coming right at these hitters.
Big pitch here for Rowland.
0-2, and that one a waste pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I will say if the score holds true on this game, both games will have ended with the scores not being the true tale, not the true story of the game.
Yeah, how close they were, and there's a pitch that won't count as Donaldson got time. You're right. I mean, this was a 5-4 game in the top of the 7th inning, and then Pearl River put up a 5 spot, and then they survived a couple of jams that the Indians put them in the later innings, and then got 2 runs in the 9th that just kind of put it away. And same thing here in this one, as that one is high for ball 2, as this was a 6-4 game in the 6th inning, and you know, not to harbor on it, but I mean, obviously if Cummins catches a pop-up to start the inning, you wonder, what do the Indians do at that point? But ICC took advantage of it, put up a 4 spot, and there's a swing and a miss and a huge strikeout by Rowland. 2 down, and now the Wildcats down to their last out of the contest, and it will be up to D.K. Donaldson. Batting in the 5 spot, playing first base here in game number 2. Donaldson began the day hitting .412. And that first pitch misses high for ball 1. And so the Indians, boy, this would be a real gut check win for them. A bounce back after the way game 1 ended. It's the team that can really hit. Breaking ball, and that one stays down. 2 balls and no strikes. The team ranked 11th in the country. And will have a chance to split with the team that's ranked number 2 in the country. And you can certainly see why for Pearl River. So good 1 through 9. Breaking ball, stays down again, 3-0. Donaldson doing a good job being patient. The 3-0. And inside, ball 4. Boy, Rowland, I think, thought that was a get-me-over fastball. But so Donaldson trots down to first. Second 4-pitch walk of the inning. Crawford at second. And Donaldson at first. And going to get a mound visit. I think this is just kind of, hey, look, settle down, relax, everything's all right. You got a 6-run lead. Let your defense help you. Eric Newsom, the right fielder, going to step in. So Pearl River didn't think, even with a 6-run deficit, they just kind of go down without any sort of a fight.
That's something good about both of these squads, and you see it year in and year out. Not only are they powerhouses, so to speak, every year in the conference, there's no quit in any of these teams, and that just goes from that stems down from both head coaches and how they are and how they run these programs. Yeah, look, it's tough. Those last 3 outs always the toughest to get, but it does seem these are 2 of the teams that tend to make it even tougher than normal, as Rowland misses high for ball 1, so 5 in a row have missed the zone. You wonder a little bit with how much he pitched in game 1, if fatigue starting to settle in just a bit. Fortunately, he only needs 1 out here in the inning to finish it. Breaking ball, that one in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Situation where even fatigue is set in, just try to keep it down and just let your defense make the play behind you. Hopefully it's get a ground ball that's easy to field.
Yeah, here comes Coach Collier, and I don't know if that's going to be it or not. Well, yeah,
It
got
has
to
to
be
be.
'cause second in the second visit in the inning. So that's going to
Mhm.
be it for Roland. You mentioned Roe Ketchum was down there earlier. We'll see if that's who it is. As Roland,
Or I think Kylan Carter actually is going to come in from second base and take over, I believe.
that's exactly what it looks like. So Roland will exit. We'll take a break, go over the numbers for Kylan Carter, give you a look at the defensive replacement at second for the Indians. ICC needs one out to win it. We're back after this on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tats right here, look. You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
So Kylan Carter, who will come in from second base to the mound now, will try to nail things down, making his fourth appearance. He's pitched 3 1/3 innings this year, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He's given up a home run. He has an 8.10 ERA. Good thing he needs 1 out. And the Indians will finish this deal. He's got 6 runs to work with, and he delivers a first pitch strike to the right fielder, Eric Newsom. Newsom's got some home run power, hit his 6th home run of the year in the second inning of game number 1 to put the Wildcats up 3-0 at that time. So he's got a little pop in his bat for sure. And Carter just misses with a fastball on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike, as he inherited that 2-ball, no strike count from David Rowland. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. And now Pearl River down to their final strike of game number 2.
Runners will be moving on the pitch as well.
Yeah, and now Indians not going to hold on Donaldson at first. As there's time called. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rolling to the plate and fouled off. We'll do it again. Runners didn't really just exactly take off on the last pitch. They kind of just barely moved. you would imagine they're going to be off here. Full count pitch, 2 away here in the 7th. Indians need 1 out to get the win, leading 10-4. There go the runners, and we'll do it again. Fouled back to the screen. But if you're Carter, those are 2 good pitches. He's late on the fastball twice. And I don't know if there's really any need to kind of mess around with a breaking ball. I think in the situation, go right at him.
Go right at him, keep him down, and see what happens.
Yeah, let your defense help you. So we'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Full count to the plate. Why not?
Really good at-bat here for Pearl River.
Yeah, Newsom kind of embodying what we talked about, you know, not just going to kind of go up there and sort of hack away half-heartedly and, you know, be satisfied with a 6-run deficit here in the 7th. He's battling. So is Carter. Just wish didn't have a 3-2 count. You could probably afford to waste a pitch. Here you got to go get him. Full count again, and this one fouled away again. And Carter's definitely hitting his spots, so that's what you like to see if you're Coach Collier in this situation. No matter what happens, he's hitting his spots. They want it on the outside corner. He's delivering. Newsom, at this point, just kind of swinging to stay alive, hoping that he can get a mistake pitch and hit it hard into the outfield. Full count again. There go the runners. And this one ripped left side. It's going to drop down in front of Lane Domino. He's going to throw it back in. It's an RBI single for Eric Newsom. And it's now 10-5. And a really good at-bat there for Newsom. I thought that ball was going to hang up enough that Domino was going to come in and get it. And he made a good decision not to try and die for that. If he misses it, it's going to roll to the wall, and you're going to get multiple runs in. So 10-5 your score. As Pearl River just trying to stay alive as much as they can. And now Dalton Cummins, the second baseman, will step in. He looks at a first pitch fastball.
Kylan's really come in and thrown well, and so
throwing
far,
strikes.
So he's throwing strikes. He's
No
seems to be locating as well. It just has a really good at bat there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and he inherited a 2-0 count, and there's a high fly ball in the deep left field. That one is gone. A 3-run shot from Dalton Cummins, his 4th home run of the season. And all of a sudden, it's got a little interesting here. It's 10-8. And Cummins trying to make up for the pop-up he dropped in the bottom of the 6th. They got the 4-run inning for the Indians started. And so now if you're Colin Carter, you're going to have to change your approach a little bit. It was just about locating that fastball. Now you got to pitch a little bit. So now it'll be the third baseman, Austin Izio, and all Pearl River needs is a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Slider misses outside for ball 1. Well, it looked like we were going to get pretty easy, uneventful top of the 7th inning. All of a sudden now, gotten a little drama here in Fulton. There's a breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-1. The Indians only need 1 out, though, but Pearl River not obliging so far. Ooh. And that one fouled right into the Pearl River dugout. And so once again, Wildcats are down to their final strike. We saw Eric Newsom foul off about 4 pitches with their final strike. The 1-2 pitch, and that one fouled back to the screen. Boy, just kind of amazing. Amazing the at-bats here in this inning for Pearl River. And just how difficult it is to get that final out to secure a win.
When these two teams get together, it's the definition of what Coach Collier likes to call a JUCO war. That's for sure.
Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I would imagine we'll see this matchup in some postseason setting here in the not-too-distant future. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one popped up left side, going to be out of play. And we will do it again. So the strong at-bat continues, and you look up, and on deck is John Griffin Bell, the number 9 hitter, and coming into game 1, his average was 205, but he's got a no-doubt home run in this one. You know, so he's somebody that obviously can run into one and hit the ball out of here. So if you're Carter, you need to get this out right here. And I think you just did it. High pop-up. Capo Bianco under it. Makes the catch. And the ICC Indians have defeated the Pearl River Wildcats by a score of 10-8. Indians improved to 19-9 overall, 15-5 in league play. Pearl River drops to 25-7 and 15-5. And you may have heard it there. That win gives Coach Rick Collier his 600th here in Fulton as head coach of the ICC Indians. It was a little dicey there late, but the Indians got the win nonetheless. Both teams are going to remain tied as we move into next week. A really good 2 games of baseball. You mentioned it. The story is these games were even closer than maybe the score indicated. Both teams, I think, maybe got what they wanted, which was a split. And for the Indians, a nice bounce-back win after getting beat in game number 1. So for the Indians, really strong bottom of the 6th inning, and Coach Collier getting the Gatorade bath, as you would imagine, and ICC able to get the split with the number 2 team in the country. That'll wrap it up for us. Hope you enjoyed a great day of baseball. It was a beautiful afternoon, turned into a beautiful night, and hope the weather is going to be as nice to us the rest of the way. And we've got a lot of great baseball coming. ICC loses game 1 11-5, comes back though and wins game 2 10-8. For our entire group, I'm Jeremy Kennedy. You've been watching ICC Baseball on the ICC Sports Network. Good night from Fulton.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.